Hey beautiful beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I'm thrilled to bring you the November 2019 Eureka Crystal Beads collection. These collections are not a subscription box, they are a collection that comes out the first Thursday of every month, and I'll be sharing a video here on that Thursday to give you a peek at the types of things that might be included and the color schemes. They do sell out very, very quickly, but if you go on their website and would like to purchase, you can sign up to be alerted if the collection is sold out, if it says out of stock. So just enter in your email address and you'll get an email once it comes back, and they periodically restock them, including older collections. Right now there's no option to pre-order. They may do that in the future, but at this point they don't. So if you want it, you just have to go and grab it when it's available. And then finally, before we get into the contents, you can use the code ORCHID15 to save 15% off your first order with Eureka Crystal Beads. That is a one-time use code. So if you've used it already, you won't be able to use it again. But if you haven't, you can take advantage of that code. There are a few exclusions, which I will list down below, as well as the link to this collection that you can find on eurekacrystalbeads.com. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what is included in this collection. And here is a peek at what our theme is going to be. So it looks like a forest, maybe some earthy tones with some pops of red. And underneath that we have our tissue paper filled to the brim with lots of goodies. So underneath our card was a list which will give us some more information about the collection, and also will contain a list inside of what came in my package. So this says, sun dapples the dried leaves of the forest floor, beads of dew rest on the deep velvety moss like sparkling crystals. There hidden among the fallen pine needles you spot the red and white toadstool. What sort of marvelous enchantments could it be hiding? So it sounds like we're talking like storybook forest. They're loaded with all kinds of possibilities and adventure. So here's the list that I have, and by the way, they do list the SKU number beside everything that they have included in the package. That way you can go back on their website and you can purchase any of these items separately. And I do want to point out that all collections are going to be in the same color palette that you'll see today, but they may not be identical to the one that you're seeing on this video. All the current collection items are going to be listed on the same page as the collection on the Eureka Crystal Beads website, so you can see what you're getting, and the value of everything will be the same. It's just that their stock levels may change a little bit as the collections sell, and this will allow them to have more collections available before they run out. You can see down below that the retail value of everything included in the collection is $72, and this particular one cost $50, and I always appreciate how everything is organized. So I'm going to open up this package right here, and we will go down the list and take a look at everything one by one. All right, I've laid everything out in front of me here so I can grab it easily, and I'm going to tell you already that I can tell they've already knocked it out of the park with this color selection and everything that's included, which is really no surprise. These collections are amazing. All right, so the first item we have, and by the way, we're going to start in the Japanese seed bead section of the product listings, and we have some size 11 Miyuki round seed beads in a 2.5-inch tube. You can see that these are a light cream color. They do also appear to have a little bit of an AB finish. This will be a great basic color to work with. Next up, we have another 2.5-inch tube. This time these are size 8 Miyuki round seed beads. The shades of forest green in here look beautiful with our theme. It looks like these particular ones have a silver lining inside and maybe some type of an iris finish. And then our next tube here contains some size 11 Toho demi rounds, and there's 8 grams in this tube. Another beautiful color selection. These particular ones kind of coppery with a little bit of burgundy metallic in there too. I love that they're sending more than just the round seed bead shapes. I'm personally getting more into using more of these specialty shapes that are out there, so that's been fun. Think of these as seed beads that have been cut in half, so they're just thinner slices. Here's our fourth container, and this also contains size 11 Toho demi round seed beads, 8 grams of these, just in a different color selection. I love the metallic on these. You can see that it really goes well with the theme they're going for, with the greens and browns and reds all kind of mixed together in that collection. Just beautiful. And then finally for our seed bead section, we have this package right here of size 11 ICOs. And since I didn't point it out before, here is the label. You can see that corresponds to the line item on the list of included materials, so you know what is what. The ones I received are a lovely bright red silver lined, and these of course are the equivalent of Mayuki's Delica beads, so they're more of that cylindrical shape. So we're off to a great start with just the seed beads alone, and now we're ready to get into our check glass. It looks like they've got some beautiful check glass again this month, and this is such a great box if you're used to working with really high quality materials, because that's all you're going to find inside, and also if you like to experiment and play with different bead shapes. So if you're really into bead weaving or bead embroidery, I think you'll especially like these collections. The first item we have is in this bag. These are some iris duos. These are 4x7mm 2-hole check glass beads, and there's 50 pieces in there. Beautiful tomato red with the 2 holes. Mine are sort of in a matte metallic. Next up we have a whole strand of round 4mm fire polish beads. There's 50 pieces on this strand, and look how gorgeous the gold luster is on this particular strand. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. I love unboxing these collections and seeing how the bead mat really starts to take shape with all the colors coming together and how they planned it out. So well thought out. Next up we have this vial. It is a 2.5-inch tube of super duos. These are of course another selection of very popular 2-hole beads. What a beautiful shade of forest green, and they are a little bit metallic. That's such a rich color. And then next we have another 2.5-inch tube of super duos, this time in a golden tone. They are a little bit on the mustardy side and definitely seem to have a luster on these particular beads. And they have included yet another, a third container of super duos in this gorgeous bright red. So I love that they've included 3 containers of super duos in all different colors. There's so many patterns out for these in particular. And sometimes patterns can be very heavy on super duos. Like if you put them together, the 2.5-inch tube gets used up pretty quick. Next we have another strand. These are check glass druck beads. So similar to a glass pearl, and you get a nice long strand of them. That is such a gorgeous metallic. I would describe it as a light antique gold. Almost has a vintage style look to it. And then next we have another container, this time containing 8 grams of 3-hole beam beads. These are 3x10s, another fun shape with 3 holes, and it's that toned down metallic gold that will be easy to work with too. That'll go with a lot of different things. So I'm happy to have that particular tone in these bar beads. And then moving on to another strand of druck beads. These are 8mm this time. There's 25 pieces on this strand. And this one is like a greenish gold. It has a golden luster type finish on it, which gives this strand a nice shift and so much more interesting than just a solid color. And then 21 is this strand of gorgeous check glass leaves. These are 12x7mm. There's 25 pieces on this strand. And what would this forest inspired theme be like without leaves? I love that they're in a natural greenish brownish tone. My favorite are when the leaves actually look like leaves. And I like the fact that they have this wash on them. It really gets into the grooves of that etched out design, and they just look so lovely with this collection. And then finally, rounding out our check glass / European glass section, we have this strand. These are 8x6mm check glass gemstone rondelle beads. There's 25 of these on the strand. Absolutely juicy berry red. Matches the red and white toadstool in our picture down there. You can see that on this strand, the glass is not solid red. I have some clear showing through, and then of course, a beautiful travertine-like finish on either end. Those facets really elevate this strand even another notch. Those are gorgeous. Alright, so now we're ready to get into our Swarovski crystal section, and I'm just going to show you these 5 items at once. So we have 5 different color selections of 4mm Swarovski crystal bicones, all different shades to match our theme, and I actually really enjoy getting the 4mm in the different colors like this. I find that they are a very usable size. You see them often in patterns, so I'm personally very excited to bulk up my stash of colors of 4mm Swarovski crystal bicones, and I love holding these together together just because I feel like it really sums up their color scheme and what they are trying to bring into it for the entire collection. The different shades of red, not only the very bright red, but also the more deeper red tone, the forest green color, then your more olive green, and also some metallic and lots of golden tones too. Next up, we have a bag containing 2 crystal rivolis in the 12mm size. Here is one facing up and one facing down so you can get an idea of what these look like. Stunning faceting. Look at all the flashback of brilliant metallic red we're getting from that rivoli when the light hits it, and even the quality of the coating that's on the back. These are such a fiery red. And then the final item in that section is this bag that contains a 16mm Swarovski crystal rivoli. So we have a little bit larger one in here. And this looks like a really unique combination. It has tones of gold, but also some teal and just the slightest hint of mauve that I'm picking up in there too. So sparkly and beautiful. I'm just moving it around so you can get all the effect of that sparkle as best that you can without holding it in person. Here is a look at the back of that rivoli. Not as exciting as the front, of course. And that completes our Swarovski crystal section. Now we get into some findings, and those are in this bag right here. In this collection, you're going to see some antique copper. I love how they're switching it up for each of these collections. We haven't seen the antique copper yet, and it looks so beautiful with this color selection, of course. So first is this tiara cast antique copper plated check round button that is gorgeous. I love the detail on that. These, of course, can make great clasps. And here's a look at the back of that one. And next up is bag number 24 here, which contains a 16mm antique copper-plated 2-strand tube bar clasp. That was a mouthful. So this is one of those slide clasps that will come in handy for sure. And the last item in this section, we have some antique copper plated Rolo chain. There's 2 feet in this bag. I love using chain in my designs. You'll be able to use this in several projects, being that you get 2 feet of it. So that is everything that is listed except for the free mystery gift. Everyone will get a free surprise mystery gift. They're all going to be different, and they typically have a value of $5 to $10 each. Looks like this is a strand of some vintage check glass beads. Such a unique item to get, and I also appreciate how they even go with the collection here below me. So that's kind of nice. They have that honey drizzle kind of effect on them. Very interesting teardrop shape with the hole running from top to bottom and those etched lines that are running up and down the bead. So that's awesome. It's always fun to see what kind of mystery gift they'll include. Like I said, everybody's is different, so it will be a fun surprise. So that is everything for the November 2019 Eureka Crystal Beads collection, the Magic Forest edition. I mean, they obviously nailed the theme once again. They do consistently each and every time. This is such a high quality, well put together box, which really includes so much, and it's great that you don't have to think about what colors are going to coordinate together. These collections are just so inspiring to me. I've been having so much fun with the collection from last month. I'll be back to share some finished pieces from that in the next couple of weeks, but just looking at how they put all the colors together and the new fun shapes and surprises that are inside really can enhance your creative process and the fun of beading. I don't know about you, but I want to jump right into this picture right here, into this forest, and see what kind of adventures await. And just a few reminders before we wrap up, because they have gotten a lot of questions, and I want to make sure these videos are very, very clear and you understand that these collections are not a subscription. So if you want one, you have to purchase it. Then in there, when it's available, they will also have their past collections available most of the time. They do sell out very quickly, and so far always within a few hours of the release of these unboxing videos. So if you want one, you definitely have to jump on it. If you do miss out, then definitely sign up for the notification and they will notify you when they come back in stock. So all you have to do is enter your email address after clicking the notify me button, and that will send you an email alert right away when it comes back in stock on their site. Also a reminder reminder that this collection may not be identical to the one that you will receive, but you can check out all the products that are listed on their site when you go to purchase your collection, and it will give you a good picture of what's included in the value, and everything will be the same. It's just that certain options might be slightly different. And then of course, don't forget to use the coupon code ORCHID15 to save 15% off your first purchase with Eureka Crystal Beads. Again, if you've used that code before, unfortunately it will not be usable again, but if you haven't taken advantage of that code yet, feel free to do so. I will leave a link to this specific collection down below, as well as list that coupon code again. Not only do they have these beautiful collections, but Eureka Crystal Beads is a full online bead and jewelry making supply store, and you can really get lost in all of the beautiful beads and things that they have for sale. And then finally, I just want to point out how beautiful this would be for a gift. Any of their collections for any beader in your life, or even for yourself. They come nicely packaged. I mean, you don't even have to do anything really. Everything's put together for you. And I think any beader who likes to work with these types of materials would be so excited to receive something like this. So as usual, I want to thank Eureka Crystal Beads for sending me the Magic Forest collection to share with you guys close up, to give you an in-depth look at what types of things are included in these collections so you can make a decision for yourself if it is right for you and your budget and your beading style. Feel free to leave me a comment or question down below. I know they would also love to hear what you think about this collection. And as usual, once I have a chance to play around with these beads, I will be back, of course, to show you some finished pieces and more tutorials in the future, so stay tuned for that. Finally, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. I so do appreciate having you with me to share in these unboxings. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day, and as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can check out the information section below this video for links to all my social media handles, recommended products, and my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching.